Greetings, everyone. I'm What Hamster.
I'm still M4.
So I'm wearing a new armor. It is
You
alloy.
sure are. It looks pretty fancy.
It looks like a full plate mail. I
With a
do
tiara.
armor. It's just one of those armors you never purchase because or make because it's got a lot of metal materials that it requires to make it, and it doesn't really have any skills that makes it amazing.
Right. It's just... It takes more effort to make than it's generally worth.
I do have like a new lance to show off too, at the very least. But basically what it does is it gives me some critical. So I have 10% chance to critical now. I can set up traps and bombs faster. And speeds up sharpening time. It's not a bad armor, but I'd wear other armors over this.
Right. Trapmaster is pretty useful, but it's situational too.
It's very situational. I will use this armor for a large monster fight because why not?
May as well.
And you can even get some, this armor even has torso increase, so one of the pieces is just, all around useful. Basically what torso up does is, the leg piece will give me the same stats as the chest piece.
Right. This can be very useful depending on what armor set you add it to.
Basically a torso up piece you can combine with a lot of things and get, get a lot of bang for your buck if you do it right.
Right.
But it's very situational. So I'm gonna waste this entire great new awesome setup to go fight Ludrith.
Awesome.
And this I believe this is one of the required quests. Otherwise I would have skipped it because we've already fought Ludriths before.
Right.
They made it urgent where you fought Ludriths, but here I have access to very few quests. And another reason why I'm doing it, we got access to a new area.
Oh boy.
The Flooded Forest.
The forest that is flooded.
So I'm going to be showing off a few areas, taking my time, looking around a little, gathering a couple points, and explaining a little bit. And generally just, enjoying the sights a little bit while...
You're just dragging this out so you can use the lance more.
No, I've actually just generally wanted to show the area off, and there's other things like mining to show off.
Ah yes, mining.
Yeah. But, let's go grab our little care package. And by care package, I mean I just need the rations.
Pretty much.
And as you can see, there's a fishing spot here at camp. And they blocked off a path here. Strange.
How odd.
Must be a shortcut of some sort.
What would make you think that, good sir?
Well, because in a lot of the levels in the beginning of the game, there's shortcuts in the beginning of the camp.
But only in the beginning, which is sad.
Yeah, the second half of the maps in the game don't have shortcuts for some reason. Also,
Such a shame.
I don't show it off in this video, but I figured out something really great. In this one area, there's some really good spiderweb gathering spots.
Ooh, spiderwebs.
I did that in the 4-star, and I'll have to show that off to you in 4-star. I got the video recorded and everything. But this is good for both of us who are doing multiplayer, and when we eventually will run out of spiderwebs.
Indeed. They are precious, precious things.
Yeah, we need them for delicious pitfall traps. But as you can see, they're blocking off a lot of areas because this is the first time that they're showing the Flooded Forest to you.
I don't think that's a good reason to block off paths.
Well, I think the thing is they're trying to only keep you in a narrow selection of areas, so so you have a chance to gain your bearings on the map before they let you loose. I think that's the idea.
It's not that big, jeez.
No, it's not that big. But you can kind of also agree that this map is kind of all over the place.
Well, yes, that it is.
But another reason to always bring bug nets to here is killer beetles. This is a bug type, kind of like blue hoppers, used for armors. Cannot be used in the farm to get more of them, and it's exclusive to this map. So,
Indeed. This map and high rank, but you can't do high rank alone, so...
Well, I'm talking about single player. Well, even though this rank and high rank is still this map, nothing has changed.
Well, yeah, but you can actually find them other places in high rank too.
No, that's true. But I think most people are going to experience the single player experience.
Right. Yeah, and single player.
Mhm.
Low rank, it's only this map.
Yeah. We
They're
don't.
fairly common here, though.
Hmm. And this spot here is probably one of the best mining spots in the level, or map, I should say.
Indeed.
Um, After I kill Ludith, I will quickly show. But just like with bugs, there is unique ore to this map only.
And it's pretty good, too.
Yeah, you're going to be needing it for a lot of things. So where you can get this ore is generally where there's water.
I think there's only one spot. Well, okay, it's really rare in most above ground, above water mining spots.
No, well, yeah, it is really rare, but in general, like, you know the starting area where I talked about the spider webs?
Yeah, there's also a spot there.
Yeah,
that you can
there's usually a spot there if you choose the. There'll usually be a spot there, and because it's in the water, apparently this counts for it having a
Yep.
chance for having
It's the
ore.
it's the same as mining any of the underwater spots, so I have noticed.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty good spot, right? If you're just running by and you got a mining pick, why not?
Yeah.
And again,
Pretty much. Other than that, though, you pretty much just have to be underwater for good mining for it.
and this area, there's generally anywhere between 1 to 3 mining spots. Usually 2, though. And what they'll look like is these red rocks. They can also be big blue rocks like this. But all along this rocky wall here and along the wall on the other side, generally you can find some stuff.
Yep. You've also already gotten some Pelegasite.
And you're, again, as I said, you're going to be using a lot of this stuff. Especially if you're me right now and need to upgrade multiple weapons, upgrade lines, just to show off for the videos, then yeah,
Yeah.
I have had to go back and get so much of it. If I had a spearfish with me, I could do the same thing as I did with sharks, get some catfish.
Not much reason to, though.
No, they don't really have very good drops. I don't seem to recall them having anything too special.
I think the best they have is hydrohides.
No, I think they can also give, what do they call, velvety hides, too.
Really? Well, that's still kind of.
I know they give raw meat, but
Right.
I can get that from Abnod, so...
Yeah, if they don't have anything that you can't easily get some other way.
There are actually small fish that you could just, don't have to hit. You can just attack with the spearfishing. There are also underwater plants that you can gather from. If you haven't gotten sap plants by now, underwater plants usually have a lot of sap plants. So if you need them for the farm, quickly go here, grab some sap plants, you're done.
Yep.
And this is one of the other mining spots that can give you good plagiocite. Again, as you see, I'm getting a decent amount. A few pieces here and there.
That's about what you'd expect.
Also, mainly because I'm not using gathering armor, so I don't get very many hits on the actual nodes.
Right.
But yeah, there's smaller fish around, and you know what kind of fish they are? They're bomb arowana, so instead of having to fish them, you can spearfish them. And you get a pretty high rate of getting them.
It's faster that way.
It is. Or you could send the fishing fleet out.
Right. Assuming you're a single player.
Yeah, assuming you're single player. I think spearfishing is really an underrated thing, but I think it's mostly useful if you're planning on going bowgun.
Right. You need a lot of different fish for ammo.
Yeah, a lot of different fish.
Otherwise, it's mostly just a few different kinds for things like bombs.
And then you only use bombs for very specific occasions.
Right.
But, at the very least, I'm just taking my time, looking at the scenery. When you take a nice look at the flooded forest, it's a nice and pretty area. But same can be said about a lot of areas in this game. They do put a lot of attention to detail when it comes to their zones, their maps, if you will.
Indeed. They do a good job making everything look alive.
Nice lush vegetation, and, well, as you'll be seeing in a few moments, ruins.
Indeed.
A lot of the maps in Monster Hunter Tri. Oh, I guess I didn't go see the ruins. Oh well, I'll go see them another time then. Oh, well, the ruins can wait. But yeah,
Gotta
in
find
Monster Hunter
some food
Tri, they love putting ruins everywhere for some reason.
Because places got ruined, of course.
Well, yeah. Best argument for that is Elder Dragons. Elder Dragons are big jerks and very
Pretty
powerful.
hard to argue against that.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm Kashalador. I'm just gonna destroy a town.
Man, I'm Raviente. I'm just gonna destroy an island.
Oh yeah, those guys are mean.
Hmm.
And then you have like the giant monsters like Shengoran. Yeah.
How Shangla.
Mhm.
Just kind of, destroy things, but while they're passing through.
Yeah, they're so big that they're not actively trying to kill people. They're just trying to get through the area, and basically people are ants to them. They don't
Pretty much.
think about where they're stepping. And as you can see, up here is the Veggie Elder, and it's also the waterfall we jumped down from earlier.
Indeed.
So the map this map is a little confusing because it does wrap around itself a lot of places. But that's not a bad thing either because you can get around quickly.
Indeed.
And some delicious ore has spawned. This is one of the other spots where you can find ore that I was talking about. And
I gave a nice demo of his dancing.
mhm.
Gave you some health back.
Oh yeah, that's at the very least nice of him. Usually he never gets to do his dance finished because something will attack him,
Yeah, pretty much.
which is kind of the annoying thing about his dances. They always get interrupted. And oh boy, more of these things I need to kill that I've been just kind of avoiding so I can do a little bit of exploration. Just enjoying the sights.
Sure are a lot of them in here.
Mhm. This is basically where the underwater nest is in this game.
On
They
this
will-
map.
They'll generally just flop right around here and sleep.
Yeah, pretty much.
And more ore.
Sadly, there's not very much chance of getting Plagocyte like
There-
this.
Is a lot of mining nodes in this one area, and it's really great if you want Maclite. I will say that much. And
Absolutely.
you generally need a lot of Maclite, especially if you're doing what I'm doing, making a lot of different types of weapons.
Right.
And dead. And apparently, the thing Cha-Cha can do, when he's taking enough damage, he can become enraged, and then he does nothing but attack.
Which effectively makes him useless.
Yeah, because you want him for buffs, you don't want him to attack. Well, actually, it doesn't always make him useless. There are some helmets that actually make him better when he's enraged, but we'll get into that when I start getting those helmets.
Oh yeah, there's some tricks. Just we don't have them yet.
There are some enrage mechanics that'll make him super powered when he actually does have this helmet and have special attacks.
Those aren't half bad sometimes.
No. In particular, like when we get into the 4-star missions, there is one mission where Cha-Cha is actually surprisingly useful. But for now, we've completed this quest, and we had a nice look around the zone. We get a nice feel for it. I'm gonna do this every time I get to like a new area.
Which isn't all that often, to be
No.
fair.
There's not that many areas. It's not like Freedom Unite where they had all the old areas and the new areas that they made, and then they had pretty much 3 times as many zones to just go through. Maybe not
Right.
3 times as many. Probably a little over double. But the point was you had some variation, which was nice. In this game, there's not as much variation, so I'm going to take my time to appreciate the zones.
Makes sense to me.
I figure, we'll switch it up with a sword and shield combo here. Go with some leather armor as well. That never fails me. No, oh, I guess I jumped the gun. That's right, I switched to bowgun. I forgot. I'm terrible.
It's been ages since you did this recording.
Actually, it has been ages, and I apologize ahead of time for the videos coming out slowly. It's been the holidays, and I let people do their thing. Then I got a hold of Guild Wars. Then I started playing Guild Wars 2, and then after the holidays was over, then I was still playing Guild Wars 2. Like, oh man. Eventually I went, oh man, I should probably get back to doing my Let's Play. And then I was like, hey, M4, we should do commentary. And he's like, oh, I have things I have to take care of myself, so I was waiting for that.
Oh, so sorry.
No, it's alright. I'm just...
Should I just, start living by my computer now?
Yes, always live by your computer. But no, it's okay. No, it's just apologizing to the viewers, letting them know why there's been sort of a partially my own fault and partially the holidays.
Yeah.
Which is why there hasn't really been very many videos going on.
Should be able to get back on track now, though.
Yeah. Basically, I think once we're done with the commentary, I'm gonna post, and just like as an apology, I think I'm gonna post all of 3-star.
Right.
And then I can actually get to do some multiplayer videos while we get through like the commentary 4-star.
Oh hey, you got Crazy Lucky Cat.
Yeah, Crazy Lucky Cat, which increases the money I get, and this is just a random chance of getting it when you get a food buff.
Yep. You can't pick it from the list.
Basically, you will get anywhere between 0 to 3 skills of the random ones that you choose when you saute or whatever, choose the food buff list. And then there's a chance that the 4th buff will be chosen of one of the Lucky Cat, Ultra Lucky Cat, or Crazy Cat. I mean, Crazy Lucky Cat. Crazy Cat's fine too.
I think there's another one too.
Oh yeah, there's Carver Low and High.
Yeah, Carver.
Yeah, that allows you to carve more times from monster.
That's also one of the ones that you just get sometimes.
Generally, things that'll give you more rewards is the really rare ones. They're more common if you take 2 fresh.
Right.
Also, I decided, I need a comic book 3 and I have money now.
Yeah, money.
Money that sadly disappears very fast.
Oh, it does. Money is not worthless in Monster Hunter,
no,
that's for sure.
You're always spending your money, but, that's a good thing. It means that money, as you said, is not worthless. I generally don't like in games where I'm accumulating so much money and I got nothing to spend it on, or
that's a really common problem too.
Or if they do something like Dragon Age, where the price scales up as you get more money, or get up in higher levels, so it's like essentially you're poor throughout the entire game and can't afford anything.
Yeah, I don't appreciate that either.
No.
If you really want to take the time to earn the money, you should have the money.
Exactly.
But at the same time, it should be an actual effort to earn all that much money.
But as you can see there, the rocks were removed, and I could take the shortcut, but I'm not going to, just because it would take a lot of time.
Yeah, it wouldn't really help in this case.
No. Basically, their shortcut is going to send me to 6.
It's a convenient shortcut. Starting on the other side of the map can be helpful a lot of times.
But as I probably should have noticed for the people who didn't bother to read the mission text, I know some will, but we're out slaying Bahabras, which is kind of why I remember there in the last second that I switched bowgun.
Yeah, bowgun makes it a lot both easier and lets you get extra benefit from it.
Yeah. Basically, if you recall, bugs explode when you kill them regularly. And if you use poison, you actually get to carve them. And I was really lucky here, and I found the rare spawn of seeds.
Oh,
so I got adamant seeds. Yes.
And now you can grow them.
Yeah, I was actually really ecstatic about this. I decided, you know what, even if things go wrong, I'll just cut some things out or something, because I got adamant seeds. Usually, it's really not that often you get adamant seeds this early on.
No,
It's usually somewhere around the volcano you start getting the adamant seeds.
Right, so now that you have some, you can start growing them. That's pretty good.
Though I'm still like in the early stage of the game where I generally won't use a lot of these items to make buff items for myself, just because I'm kind of poor.
Right.
Once I get into 4-star, I'll start being more liberal about using traps and buff items and stuff like that, because I'll have more to work with.
Of course. The natural progression of things.
And really, 1-star through 3-star, you generally don't need these things because it's already fairly easy.
Yeah, you're going to be just fine regardless.
Plus, it's good practice for myself to not use crutch items. I'll get some zoom in action, and there you go. One shot of poison will take him down. Also, you can use the poison bomb as well if they're right next to you.
Right.
But generally, poison smoke bombs are not that great against Bahabra because you gotta wait for them to get close to you.
Yeah, they tend to be moving around a lot.
So basically, the whole point of me actually taking the Gathering set is because I wanted to get the Killer Beetles. Sorry, Royal Rhinos, that's the name of them. Yes. Royal Rhinos, which are account items, and also used for the subquest.
Right.
So, toss them in there, complete a subquest, and get some rewards. So, here I decided, I'll show off the shortcut.
How thoughtful of you.
Just to show to people. But it will take you to Area 6. It's really handy. But, I cut all the going up to Area 6, all the backtracking, just showing, you could swim down that way.
Right.
We'll be using that shortcut in multiplayer so many times. I'll be using it so much in single player, so you'll get your chances. It's a good
shortcut, that's for sure.
It is an amazing shortcut. It takes you all the way across the map.
I wish there was a similar one in the volcano.
But, now that I demonstrated about all the poisoning things, here's the reason why you bring Bowgun to this, if you're just doing it for the reward box, or completing the mission. Pellet shot.
Don't even have to aim.
No, just aim in the general vicinity and they die. And
certainly useful.
And since I got rapid fire and pellet shot, yeah, they just die. I generally love this light bowgun just for these missions. It murders everything.
Just don't bring it against actual proper hunts.
Well, you can bring it for Jaggy.
Well, okay, Jaggy, but I don't really think that's a proper hunt now.
No. Honestly, I think some of these light and medium bowgun parts are still kind of useful. Like, you can, even in high rank, you can still upgrade it into a high rank weapon.
Right.
That's the whole thing with the bowguns. They're always every part is always useful to an extent if you're trying to make a specific setup. Just, some setups are really, really good to the point where why would you ever bother with any other setup?
Right, right.
But, like, if all you're doing is killing critters, you should just bring, small monsters. Just pellet shots are the most effective thing on them.
Pretty much.
Like, I have sat and done testing. Like, I've tried to shoot them with normal shots. I've tried to shoot them with piercing. God, it's terrible thing to use against them. But,
why would you do that?
Just testing purposes.
Right.
And as you can see, there's a little nest there. But, yeah.
Nest that has no eggs. Presumably it was meant to, but it never got added.
And I've tested pellet shots. Pellet shots seems to murder all the small monsters really fast. And if you're in a place like a Jaggy nest, you can clear them all out with like a couple of bursts of pellet shot.
And it's very useful.
Oh, it's wonderful. But with that mission complete, let's take a look at the reward box. Yeah, I got really terrible rewards.
That's par for course on bug hunting missions, really.
But at least I did get some Bahabra parts. This is... you can get a lot of Bahabra parts in the box if you want to make Bahabra armor. It's not hard to make Bahabra armor either. It's just a 3-piece set. And it doesn't really require that much. It requires a combination of Ultroth and Bahabra, actually.
Right.
But, as you can see, we got a quest here. It's going to be great. It's actually a large monster this time. But we'll wait with that until next video, so we'll see you then.